Welcome! Here is another one for the Daily Gamergate 2.0 update. Right, so this one is from the Weekend and Monday compilation, thereabouts. From that black place, Kepler Interactive Senior Operations and Growth Manager Lisa Kane rages after Flintlock The Siege of Dawn added a Sweet Baby Inc. boycott list. She threw a temper tantrum that was basically worth its own Oscars. Right, so I'm going to quote here Grums. At Lisa K, operations manager of Kepler Interactive, the studio purchased A44 Games, is not happy with me breaking the story on Flintlock. Quick review of their homepage shows funding source is woke. Seems they won't be taking my advice or be honest with Capruto's Rambo about SBI involvement in their game. That's too bad. That was money advice. Well, here is what she wrote. Absolutely funny, vibrating off the fucking plane of reality. Keep your vibrator off to yourself. This week's pseudo-journalism that the far-right GG are taking is so vile, incredible to see in real time and closer to home. Now, how wrong Grams is and how damaging he is and his weird troop are. Well, you think, that's just a normal take from these unhinged freaks, these people who are absolutely, well, unable to control their emotions. You would think that, well, it's just not, well, let's take a look. Here is Lisa K's Twitter account. She deleted it. If you haven't noticed, as I was quoting here, her handle is actually not highlighted in blue, which shows she deleted it. Now this is fascinating. That's what you get with the IE, or DEI, which is didn't earn it, because we all know with these people, but you'll think, well, fine. It's fine. It's the usual stuff. Well, here it is, the other usual stuff going on. Here we have the OnlyFans girl who wrote that retarded Kotaku article, if you're not very familiar with. I think you are basically have seen it by now because it's one of the most retarded stuff written so far from Kotaku. Sweet baby Yankee doesn't do what some gamers think it does. If you read that article, you will know. So, she's now going after YouTubers and other gamers. I wonder how long it'll take for her to notice me. Anyway, here it is. Do I have any moods who are regularly watching Asmongold and witness the shepherd's hand? DM me. She's actually fishing for stuff for her heat piece. She's definitely writing a heat piece. She is not only coming after Melanie Mac, which she actually did. She started to attack her. And now he's going after Asmongold. Again, I think by this time these guys must be used with the hit pieces. After all, these games journalists are definitely tourists in gaming, are definitely not actual gamers. Also, in hindsight, they're also not actual journalists either, so, yeah. On that regard, she's also going after the Quartering. The Quartering wrote this. The fact that some washed up, blown up, failed sex worker now working for failing Kotaku thinks she's going to, quote, take down the Melanie Mac is laughable. These losers no longer have any power. And she wrote, sex being cool words? Yeah. Right. This is what happened with Kotaku. They actually ended up hiring a bunch of not qualified to be gamers or journalists to write articles for them. And they started to lose revenue. And here we have problems and all of that. and she's still fishing for the hate piece. To write against Melanie Mac, here it is, one of her examples. Let's be clear, Melanie, I have not set a time to chat. There has been no conversation. Also, this broad piece on right-wing female personalities is very, very far from a publication stage. That's a reply to what Melanie Mac wrote. Each and every single one of you who have had my back in some way or another from this Kotaku hit piece fiasco, thank you so much. Yeah, you have my support, Melanie. We all know that these games journalists are not in there to present facts. They are not there to present the truth. They are there just to present a goddamn fucking narrative. And nothing more, nothing beyond that. All they want is to paint their side as the innocent, despite them being the actual ones who started Gamergate 2 with their retarded nonsense. They are the ones who began it all. And for some reason, it is us, the gamers, who are guilty. Let's not forget this. This is what began it all, from Chris Kindred, who noticed the Steam curator, which was a small group back then, and he or she or whatever that dude is, decided to try and affect it. And, well, now everything is history. But before I continue, here's a trailer. I'm back, baby. Yeah, right. So, now moving on. We have here Grumps again, showing us doing God's work again. What a game developer decided to do. This is why, people, this is why Gamergate 2 is also happening. Not only this recent effect, but because of people like, well, her. Here, what Grumps said. Well, this sucks. Found out I know at least one of the devs on Haven. A good one. I can only recommend this studio founder retract her anti-male, anti-white, anti-gamer stance and let her game succeed. Can't give it a pass just because I know someone. Here is what she wrote. Just wait until they notice that none of our starting characters in our alpha build are white males. None out of 6. And Blabbering Collector said, imagine if you wrote black males. How would that look? Equality, not equity. Considering that 95% of video game characters are white and male, a poor representation of the diversity of actual players, I thought it would be a fun experiment. We started with an all-female characters. First and foremost, I doubt very much that it is 95% of characters being white and male. I highly doubt it. Very much. But then again, we also have examples of a few game studios, the most recent one being from Larian, They are responsible for for Baldur's Gate 3, and they released the statistics, and they were highly disappointed that most of the characters created were white males, and they were very disappointed. So that shows that the demographic of players or gamers itself is mostly white males, and obviously then we'll have Asian males too. But they're mostly males. You will rarely find black female players or black female gamers in itself. It's very rare, and yet we are seeing a very large amount of games like that. But no problem, you can keep on creating them. Just don't pretend that you're creating them for actual based on the story, but because you people are, well, racists. You're trying to virtue signal, trying to, I don't know, do some retarded ESG crap. Just don't pretend it. But go on, create it, no problem with that. Like Flintlock, you can keep existing. Just don't try to rewrite history and hide the fact that it used to be a white character in there before you had Sweet Baby Ink and switched it. Right? With that one, right. Well, but if you think that the game is on in itself any good, well, don't take, I'll let you be the choice of that one. Sorry about that, this sound. Here it is. Here it is, the game. It feels like a proof of concept type of game that, from what I'm seeing, the frames are absolutely crap. The graphics are crap. And I'm sorry, I don't know. I have no problem with graphics, to be honest with you. I love old games. I've been playing them for ages, and I will keep on doing it. But what I don't understand is why is this so crap? These crappy graphic, and the frames are like what, 20, 22? No, 26. Right here. Jesus Christ, it feels horrible. It's just not very good. And this feels like a very bad proof of concept. I don't know, it says 34, but it's stuttering. What the fuck is this? You can see here on the top left corner, you can see the FPS, but it's stuttering. It feels like a very low FPS game. What the fuck is going on with this crap? It doesn't feel nice. Maybe it's because it's moving too much. There's too much variation in frames. Maybe it could be that. But honestly, this thing feels more like a concept test to see if the mechanics will work before they start working on the main game. That's how bad this is, and this feels like a mobile game. But then again, the person responsible, the CEO for the company, is mostly responsible for mobile gaming. Why am I not surprised? But to finish off, here it is, the latest one in retardness. Right, Jules Hardy. Can you agree for a round 2 of this? It can be the final part of this kind of gamers. It's 2024, it's current year, and I've been arguing about this for decades. Can we have at least full of detox of these youths so we can get back to the positive gaming community we have been creating? This tourist here is a BBC presenter. More examples as to why BBC needs to be defunded and the TV license needs to be dropped. Because it's irritating to think that a government is actually funding people like this with your goddamn fucking money. Yeah, it doesn't make me feel any better because on the shithole I live and they are actually doing the same thing. Right, so, Purging gamers. Now that's absolutely amazing, isn't it? She said the quiet part out loud. Are her superiors going to be happy about it? Nah, they don't care. But then again, people like her is a tourist. Absolute tourist. I'm pretty sure the most that this bitch has ever gamed that would be considered an actual game would be what? Overwatch. Or very rarely, I don't know, I doubt she plays Gran Turismo. or anything like that. Anyway, Melanie Mac said, aka you want to purge real gamers in favor of activists who can't hang in a multiplayer lobby without having a meltdown, or who can't navigate a single player game without yellow paint, shiny ledges, and the character telling them what to do. I'm gonna like this because it's absolutely true. One of the mechanics I liked about Sinking City is that if you select one of the hardest difficulties, is that you can actually even have to search for the street and the location of the stuff and mark it on your map. And that, my friends, is actually good. It's a very nice thing. I want my games to be a bit difficult, not the easy crap, brainless easy crap that I've been getting lately, and Melanie Mac is absolutely correct on this one. But here it is, Jules actually trying to backpedal a little bit.
No, I want to purge the hate and the vitriol from gamers who refuse to allow gaming to evolve and adapt as we humans are doing. I have no problem with opposing viewpoints, but hate, violence, and aggressive behavior isn't okay in any realm you live in.
So in that case, when will you, I don't know, get out? Because you just said purge. You just admitted to purging or wanting to purge. Don't you think that your violent speech is a reflective of I don't know, this it's just and remember, people, gaming was definitely fine before. The gamers, it was okay before these idiots took control. It kind of opened up also the space for the other leftists who call themselves National Socialists, who to openly become the shit that they have becoming too. But anyway, I digress. So these progressives are ruining everything by bringing back the 1920s and 50s. Well, on that goddamn fucking hell, have a great fucking night. And remember, fuck you, YouTube, fuck you.